What's up, guys? This is Ventress, and I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of one of the products in the Corsair line that I own, and that is the Ironclaw RGB wireless mouse. If this is a mouse that's something you would pick up, even if you're a budget guy, is it something that I could recommend to you? Well, stay tuned, sit back, and I will let you know my opinion of this mouse as we'll be doing a full review. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so here we have the Ironclaw RGB wireless mouse from Corsair. As you can see, this is a very large kind of size mouse. And before we get into more of the features, let's just get into the build design of this mouse here. This mouse is one of Corsair's kind of more medium to high tier mouses in their lineup. This mouse does sport a lot of different features and things of that nature, and it's basically known for its build quality. If you can look at the side here, the way it's shaped, it has a very kind of roundish kind of palm shapey here. So if you have larger hands, it would definitely work. But I have medium-sized hands, and they state that the way it's designed is made to fit most hands there. So I wouldn't be so scared of the actual size of this mouse. It should fit most people's hands pretty well. You notice it's basically an all plastic design here. It's got a rubber mouse wheel here. A lot of very clickable buttons all on the side, and we'll get to more of what those buttons do and how to set those up in just a moment. But you can see there's the Corsair logo around the outside here, which does light up through RGB. Taking a look around the side here, you do have the actual side of the mouse where you have some very textured grip, especially for the palm. I noticed that this doesn't get very sweaty when I put my hand on palm on there. It's a very textured palm there. To kind of an anodized kind of plastic design here on the front end of the mouse. RGB lighting on here. Of course, you have 5 mouse buttons coming to the side, all plastic. And going to the top end. This part of the mouse is where you actually get some RGB lighting here for aesthetics and a plug in here. Now this particular end here actually allows it to be plugged in through a plug-in or wireless. So we'll get to that in a moment as well. And the bottom end. Now this bottom end actually is where the pads are to help for the flow of the mouse. These things are seeing some wear and tear because I've used this mouse for quite a few months, but I noticed that it works very, very well. It does have a actual optical mouse sensor on the bottom, which is a Pixar specially designed sensor for this mouse. And this mouse does have a lot of DPI settings I'll get to in a moment. And also on the side here, you might not be able to see very well, but this actually has 3 different settings for your different mouse settings. All plastic and everything, and yeah, that's essentially the mouse. So now we look at the build quality. Let's show you what the features. Now this mouse actually, as you can see, is very robust. It's basically made for more of a palm grip. If you notice, you can fit your whole palm here. You can actually crawl grip if you like, and that will work very well. But it's very bulbous around the outside, so that means that you can get your palm here, and if you have a larger hand, it fits very, very well. I have more of a medium-sized hand, but you don't have to worry about that. The non-slip grips here help very much so when you're sitting out here. I haven't had problems with it sweating. I haven't had problems with it slipping, and they're on both sides, and it just seemed to work very well. You can it basically fits very well. The palm works real well, so it's basically made for most hands. For if you have medium-sized hands or what have you, you shouldn't really have a problem with that. Going to more of the features, this mouse has 10 programmable mouse buttons. It basically has, of course, the mouse wheel, which you press down, the DPI setting buttons, and then it also has buttons rolling on the side as well. So of course you have 2 adjustable buttons here. This is what they kind of consider a sniper button, but you can program to whatever you like, and then 2 more side buttons on the side, plus of course your left or right mouse buttons as well. And all these buttons are here. They're all programmable to what you like through macros or to certain keys. or anything like that. These are all very, very programmable, and I'll show you later in the IQ software how well that works. So they do have those programmable buttons as well as to the front. Now, this mouse, as I told you, works through either USB, or it also works through their actual technology. So it does come with a braided cable that fits right into the front of the mouse, like so. Forget their work order. And you can use it in the front of the mouse. You can use it and slip it on. And as you notice, as soon as I plug it in, RGB turns on, works just fine. Now, also, with this particular mouse, it has a slipstream technology design. It comes with a little dongle and a little adapter. Now, with this actually allows you to use this mouse wirelessly as well as corded if you like. Now, you have 3 settings using this particular settings. You have your normal Bluetooth, which is Bluetooth 4.2, I believe. It allows you to be able to use that setting to be able to use the mouse. You can also use it through a actual setting, what Corsair calls its sub 1 millisecond slipstream technology settings. So it means that you can actually plug this into here, like so, and this goes into your mouse cord, and that will allow it to be able to be wirelessly done through a dongle and have very, very response time, sub 1 millisecond technologies, which has very low interference, and it has a great distance that you can use that for. So that technology is there as well with this mouse, which makes this mouse very special in the Corsair lineup. So that is there as well. Now the mouse also has this particular sensor I mentioned earlier. This allows you to go up to 18,000 DPI, and it does it in 1 DPI intervals. What that means is that if you have a particular interval setting for this mouse and you wanted to actually set it to a particular setting, you could do so by 1 interval, so you can get exactly the amount of DPI you would need for whatever you use. If you use this for work, maybe you're AutoCADing, maybe you're doing some architecture, maybe you're just using it for simple spreadsheets, what have you. You need low actual DPI, you can do that. If you're playing a game and you need some very fast high settings, if you're a pro, this will work very great for you. It has a very, very high sensitivity rating and works really well. So essentially that is the mouse in general. Now the mouse also works very well through the Corsair technology of the IQ software. Now the IQ software will allow you to be able to make changes to the settings of the mouse. As far as with the actions, you can actually set any of the 10 programmable buttons to a particular setting, whether it be a video game, whether it be any type of program you like. You can set it to what settings you like. You can change the lighting of the actual mouse. The mouse will be able to be set to either some preset settings for the lighting, or you can actually customize the lighting to whatever color you like, and it will allow it to go through the actual different areas of the actual mouse. And you can have a excellent time using that, as well as you can go through and change some of the other buttons with macros and going through all the settings of changing the DPI to a particular setting of the DPI through the IQ software, and be able to customize it exactly the way you want it and make this highly customizable and just a great mouse to be able to use if you need that level of customization. So getting to this mouse. Now, my final thoughts. Would I recommend this mouse? Being that I'm more of a guy on a budget, I would not recommend this mouse for budget-minded people. And usually that's the people I have onto my channel who usually like budget-friendly products. I can't say I recommend this mouse to you guys. This mouse runs at about $80, and sometimes you can get it on sale for about maybe anywhere between $60 and $80 sometimes. This is a very expensive mouse. This mouse actually does go on sale quite often, but it does cost. If you are a fan of Corsair and you need a high-end mouse that really just does it all wirelessly, wired up, I would definitely suggest this for you. But if you do want a mouse that is very similar to this in the RGB and is something that is very customizable, I have a link down below to another mouse that I've been using for a long time that is a great, very good budget mouse as well. And with this Corsair, be able to use instead, if you're looking for a more budget-friendly kind of option. But other than that, if you are a fan of Corsair like I am, and you have many of Corsair products, which is about the only thing I do splurge on my setup, this mouse is excellent for you guys. And I would say that between some of the new stuff like the Dark Core SC wireless and some of the other mouses, the Scimitar, if you just want an all-around just great mouse, I think this mouse in the lineup is probably one of the best that they got, in my opinion. So guys, yeah, that is my review of the Ironclaw RGB wireless mouse from Corsair. Is this something that you would pick up and add to your setup? Or is it something that you would prefer, maybe a cheaper mouse? Or maybe you like a better Corsair mouse? Let's have a conversation. Leave the comments down below. And as always, keep that flame going inside for gaming. And I will see you in the next review video. Peace out, guys.